Okay. Do. Oops. Okay, that's going good. How are my levels? Okay. Do. And click this. Hey! First person. Jamie O'Farrell. What's the Haps home slice? Oh, I don't know, dog. So yeah, I thought this would be a kind of a fun exercise today if everyone kind of picks a movie for me to review, and then we put them all into like a wheel, and I turn that into a video. So it could be a lot of fun. I would love if we had like a whole roster of people. Obviously, Patreon people get first dibs. Hey, Alika, how's it going? You know, it's funny, you're going to think this is crazy, but the movie you suggested, I've never seen. I haven't seen any of the Before trilogy at all. I don't know why I didn't. I heard of it. I've heard very good things. I just never got around to it. It was always on my radar, but never actually just sat down and watched that trilogy. Heard it's very good. So this is a great excuse for me to do it. Also, the video that just went live has a shout out there for you, Alika, and for Misty King as well. Very brief at the end, so hopefully that's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for more people to kind of pull in. Currently watching Goodfellas. Oh, it's Scorsese's birthday. That's cool. Yeah, Goodfellas is one of the easiest rewatches ever. It's so funny because I thought I was alone in this, but I found out this is concurrent with a lot of people. Even Leonardo DiCaprio said this. When you're watching TV and Goodfellas happens to come on, you're like, oh, well, there goes the next 2 hours, because you're gonna watch the whole thing, because it's probably the best editing I've ever seen in any film, at least in terms of like pacing and getting the right emotion across through the edits. Goodfellas is just a masterpiece, and it should have won Best Picture. It should have won Best Editing. I don't know if it did, but actually, I'm gonna look that up. I think the only thing that actually won was Best Supporting Actor. Before Trilogy is my favorite movie trilogy of all time. Although the Three Colors, yeah, Three Colors trilogy is pretty good too. Very different. Blue, white, and red. Most people like red got all the acclaim. People didn't like white as much. I thought white was great. I think blue might be my favorite, but it's one of those things where it's very French. So they're like long conversations. You're not really sure where the plot is going. So that for some that might be a frustrating watch, but visually those movies are breathtaking. They're so good. I think Goodfellas only won Best Supporting Actor. God, I can't believe this didn't win Best Picture. Was it nominated for editing? It was. Okay, good. What won? Dances with Wolves won Best Editing over Goodfellas? Come on. I mean, I like Dances with Wolves, but you gotta be kidding me. Nothing about the editing in that movie really does anything special. Actually, funny connection. Judy Delpy is in white, pretty sure, and in the Before trilogy. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're right. Put myself through AVP Requiem last night. Why would you do that? The only reason I saw that was for my my Alien video where I did a tier list of all the Alien films, and that movie's garbage. It's so bad. What was your favorite scene? My favorite scene was the bullies. That was very funny. Ezekiel, you need to watch In My Skin by Maria Devon. In My Skin, if you haven't. I don't think I have. The problem is sometimes when people recommend films outside of the US, they have different titles. So it might be a movie I've actually have seen, but I saw it under a different name. There's a horror film called Turistas, and someone commented on my channel saying, what the hell is Turistas? Do you mean Paradise Lost? And because they had completely different names based on US versus UK releases. Very interesting. So, Jamie, that's right. I knew AVPR was gonna be bad like 2 minutes in. Okay, so we have well, I don't need the right reserved, but also the wheel. Okay, so that's there. I'll put people's names too, just so I can keep track. Ezekiel, let me see this. In My Skin, is that your pick? You're absolutely sure? Because I don't know if you missed the beginning of this, but I'm gonna do a video where review random recommendations, and everyone's gonna suggest stuff. People who are on my Patreon get first dibs. If you guys are interested in my Patreon, my link is up there on top of my channel. I can post it here as well. And one of the perks is that, you know, you get a easy vote in this kind of stuff. Anyway, so I was gonna get everyone's films, the one that they suggest that they put forward. We're gonna spin a wheel, and then when we get to 5, I think I'm kind of flexible on that. That will be it. That'll be the video. So, oh my god, why, Jamie? Jamie, if that's your pick, though, you can suggest it. There's like no limits on the movie, as long as it's not so obscure I can't find it, but I can find almost anything. Okay, and I'm gonna make sure I spell there. Okay, so that's your pick. You can change your mind toward the end of the stream, but once we start spinning this wheel, like it's all locked in. Jamie, you can suggest it. I'm just gonna pray that it doesn't land on yours. Movie, sadly, because I watched a ton of Nickelodeon at the time. Oh, which movies? The before trilogy? Timey just got here picking what type of movie. Yes, so you can suggest any movie you want. Any movie you want at all, and it's gonna go on the wheel. And if your movie gets chosen, I will review it in a video. That's the thing. Maybe I should write some like little kind of like a little blurb here. Something little, like just a small little thing. Like, I don't know. Winging it here. Mandy. Oh, is that yours? One second. Nope, you can't read it. Okay, hold on. Sorry, this is very messy. That's better. Timey is okay. It's yours. Okay, so we're gonna add it to the wheel, Mandy. Also, if it's a movie I have already seen, I will rewatch it to get another perspective on it. I'm not gonna cheap out. Jamie, you can still add yours officially if you want, but God, I hope it doesn't roll on yours. Misty King didn't give me their pick yet. I will add to be determined. Those other picks make me feel like I should be more serious. No, you really don't. Trust me. I actually want a wide gamut of movies to review, because this is my first time doing something like this. I have no idea how to market this. That's another thing I wanted to ask people is, I guess we don't need this, is what they actually call the video once it's out. I've heard so many funny suggestions. This is one of them, was suggestion digestion, which is hilarious. I'm probably not going to use it, but I just got a kick out of it. Fan picks, fan flicks, Your Movie Sucks, which is already a YouTube channel. So yeah, there's a lot to think about there. I'm just gonna make this a little bigger. The Happening by M. Night Shyamalan. No, don't make me watch that. George, is that your real pick? I need, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like, you have to like lock it in. The Fred movie. I mean, like I said, Jamie. Oh, it's your official? Okay, great. Fred the movie. Is that the actual title? God, that's awful. I don't want it to land on it, but I kind of want it to at the same time, just for the laughs, you know? And, fuck's sake, The Happening. Why, guys? I knew this was gonna happen. Why? Just why? How do I get mine locked in? Oh, you just suggest it. Everyone gets one. But it's a wheel. So like I said, oh, you know what? Why would I include my Patreon ones? Because they already have, yeah, they already have theirs. Hold on. Give me a second. That was very stupid of me. Oop. Okay, so we got TBD by Misty K. Sorry about this real quick. We got Before Sunrise by Lika. Okay. And then we're gonna have three to four more. Okay. Now, who did I miss? Okay, we got The Happening. Official pick. Okay, George, thank you, I guess. Also, I hate you. Happenings are really bad, but at least you didn't make me watch Old again. I would cry. At least it isn't the sequels. There's a Fred movie sequel? Oh, God. Eddie Tucker says 4 rooms. Okay. Transmission Rory, how's it going? My pick is 9 days. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I saw your comment, and I wanted to make sure you jumped on the stream, because I'm only taking suggestions from this stream today. After today, everything's locked in. Hoping to make it a monthly video would be a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Rory, I have not seen this film. And in fact, I don't think I've even heard of it. So I'm very excited to see what it's about. Sorry if you guys can't really... you can see the movie titles at least. I can't really, like, move this over. Good music... No! No, someone suggested it. I need to just shut my mouth. Daisy. I'm asking my audience to recommend movies for that video, and they're giving me M. Night Shyamalan shit. Why? No. Okay. Are you sure you want to recommend that one? Are you absolutely sure? Maybe you want to give it some thought. Maybe you want to think about some other movies, some foreign films or older films or comedies from the 90s. Anything. Does it have to be that one? It might be my least favorite Shyamalan film. Either that or Airbender. Clay, have you been told you look like Joe Hendry? Who's Joe Hendry? If that's the guy from Stranger Things, I'm very flattered, but I don't think I look like him. Joe Hendry? Hold on. I'm gonna look this up. Oh no. Joe Hendry is a Scottish wrestler and musician. Does that sound right? I don't look like this guy at all. This guy's jacked. Oh my god, that's really funny. I don't know if I see it. I guess I kind of see some of the facial features maybe, but like when I googled Joe Hendry, I got like a bodybuilder with bleach blonde hair. Clearly dyes it. It's funny though. Anyway. Oh, get out of here. Kind of Kindness was not too bad. I was mixed on Kinds of Kindness. I was excited for it because I really do like that director. I'm blanking on his name. Yorgos Lanthimos. Greek director, very interesting style, beautiful. Like his films are beautifully shot, the acting's great, but odd mix of like horror and almost like slapstick or awkward comedy. Love The Lobster. Absolutely love The Favorite. I'm furious The Favorite didn't win Best Picture. Kinds of Kindness, I was kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie. This is the problem when any film has like multiple stories within it. Like it's split into three, kind of sections. You run the risk of one being less captivating than the other. And I liked the first segment in Kinds of Kindness. I like parts of the second one. The third one, I kind of checked out. I'm not gonna lie. Jamie has to get the lore from the first friend. Is there lore? Is there really? Is there lore? I'm sorry I missed this. But Transmission Roy, thank you so much for jumping in. I was scared that you weren't going to catch that comment in time, so awesome. The intrusive thoughts are making me want to throw in the Holy Mountain or something bizarre just to make you sit through. By all means, like, do it. Also, you can change your mind, but once we start spinning, then you can't. So yeah, I'm kind of throwing a lot at you guys, but yeah, pick a movie, but also title ideas for this video. And anyone who's just joining in, the idea was to get suggestions from the audience, roll a wheel, get like a final 5 or 6 movies, and then I would do a video reviewing all of them. And so it's just a cool idea to kind of just throw something out there that maybe something you want to be discussed more, maybe something you just want me to suffer through. I mean, whatever reasons are. And I would just do this probably every month. And yep, that's about it. So I just don't know how to title it because there's a lot. It's like, it's a random thing. It's involving the audience. It's like a batch of movies. There's lots of ideas. So that's, yeah, title ideas and movies from you guys. Fat slags of Loquisha. Transmission. I mean, like I said, you guys can make me watch anything, really. But I'm trepidatious about that title for good reason. Watching these films was really difficult. Oh, Jamie. Oh. You know what? Just for that, I'm deleting your name. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Hey, Clay. Hi, Mensha. I have caught a couple of your lives. I normally do not comment. A good movie is Twin Falls, Idaho. I'm not sure you'll be able to find it. Oh, I will find it. Is that your pick? Twin? Oop. Excuse, I'm not good at typing. Twin Falls, Idaho. Never been to Idaho, but someone in this room has. Pointing that direction. Shaking her head. Yes, my girl bought our dog in Idaho. She drove 13 hours? 13 hours. Bought a sheepdog and then drove back. No hotel. Crazy, right? Like, just ballistic. Mensha. Okay. This is kind of cool. I've actually never... Have I heard this film? No, I was thinking My Private Idaho, starring River Phoenix. I don't think I've seen this one. But glad to hear a return viewer for the live streams. It's great. We got 11 people watching. Very cool. Jamie, I really don't like your title idea. I'm going to leave it on this screen for now. But, yeah, that is... Jesus. How many of these movies... I think most of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen 9 Days. I have seen 4 Rooms. George, if you're still here, what was your favorite segment in 4 Rooms? Mine was the, what do you call it? It's kind of like a babysitter sequence where the doorman. What is that a doorman, really? What's that position called? But he works for the hotel and he has to take care of these 2 kids. And they just cause a ruckus. That one was kind of fun. I think it was directed by Robbie Rodriguez. Bellman, thank you, Eddie. Jesus, I was blanking. That was my favorite sequence in 4 Rooms. And funny, the sequence in 4 Rooms with Tarantino was the one I actually didn't like. Because I love Tarantino, but he's not the strongest actor. Someone recommend Big Mama's House. No, please no. Mine was the one with Tim Roth. I've never seen it. Well, I think Tim Roth is in all of the segments. He's like the main character. My internet kicked me off immediately after suggesting So the Gods Have Spoken. Wait, which one did you suggest? Singing the Blues. Did I get your suggestion? You said Holy Mountain, but I don't think you officially suggested it. So please let me know which one. Have you watched anything from Lucifer Valentine, or is that too hardcore? Go for it. What did he direct? Like I said, pretty much anything is good, as long as, like I said, I'm able to actually find it. But it shouldn't be too hard for me to find things. It's more like finding the actual content to use in the video is sometimes difficult. Like I can, upload from DVDs or Blu-rays. A lot of times I get the content from YouTube. So, there's different methods. But Lucifer Valentine, let's see. What did he do? Second. Please don't tell me he directed a Serbian film. Really don't want to watch that again. Slaughtered Vomit Dolls. Oh, great. Oh, God. Is there a lot of vomit in this one? Oh. Why am I being recommended this? Okay. All right. Is that your one? Alika, what is your... Wait, hold on. Let me write this down first. God damn it. Slaughtered Vomit Dolls. Awesome. Please. God, I was a decent Catholic. Can you just not land on that one, please? Oh, wait. Ezekiel, you already recommended one. Are you taking that back? Are you trading? I have not seen that, though. I don't think I've seen anything by Lucifer Valentine. A bunch of people vomiting doesn't sound like great cinema to me. I can withstand a certain amount of gore and violence, like that's fine. But when it's just extreme to be extreme, I kind of start losing interest. Is my thing. Like there are really gory films I've enjoyed. Like Martyrs is pretty gory. Inside is gory. French Extremity movies are pretty disturbing. But I felt like to a certain extent there was some purpose. It was scary. It was, I don't know, like it was going for a certain emotion other than just being edgy. Yeah, so there's, I don't know. I have limits, but I'll stick to my first pick. Okay. It's cutting in and out, so I officially suggest I don't know how much longer. What do you officially suggest? You still haven't said it. I'm assuming you mean Holy Mountain, so I'll add that. The Sick Stick from Kick-Ass 2. I mean, if it's the whole film, like a vomit sequence can be very funny. It can be hilarious. It can be disgusting. It can be disturbing. It can be a lot of things. I mean, more like if it's just like literally just 90 minutes of puke. That doesn't sound like a great time to me. I feel like I'm not going to get much out of that. Stakeland is gory for a reason. Holy Mountain. Okay, thank you for confirming. And Lika, to answer your original question, my favorite Tarantino film is Pulp Fiction. Easy. That, I think it's the best. It's the coolest. I think it has the most memorable dialogue. The characters stand the test of time, but it's also very steeped in nostalgia. I love it. I think it balances perfectly that kind of line between dialogue that's sounds like real people talking, but also is kind of exaggerated and you wouldn't normally hear people speaking that way in a restaurant, full of kind of obscure references. And I think it straddles it nicely. I think it still sounds like people chatting or threatening each other, all of that, but it's just so snappy and well written. I love the film. I think Tarantino did a beautiful job directing it. The cast is awesome. All the actors fit their parts beautifully. So that's definitely my favorite. I don't have many flaws with it. I think my only problem with the film is the scene when Butch is talking to his stupid French girlfriend. It's just, it's okay. But I understand why it's there. It's there to set us up for what happens later. But yeah, Reservoir Dogs is great though. I think that's probably my second favorite. Stakeland. Santa Sangre is Sangre? How you pronounce Daisy? How you pronounce blood in Spanish? Sangre? Sangre. That's what I thought. Okay. Santa Sangre is better than Holy Mountain. Ooh, I don't know. I think I saw Santa Sangre. I have not seen the Holy Mountain. I saw parts of it, and then I didn't finish it. But I don't think it's because I didn't like it. I think it's just I had to go do something. I know it's YMS's favorite film. Do you ever get your hopes up that the film is going to be gorier than it actually was? Like, I imagine Terrifier 3 would be way more disgusting than it really was. People seem to really like Terrifier 3. The only reason I didn't see it is because I didn't watch 1 and 2. And people got a little upset with my recent horror video because he said, where's Terrifier 3? Why didn't you watch Terrifier 3? I didn't want to watch the third in the trilogy out of nowhere. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I don't know. I don't like jumping in that late. People are hardcore obsessed with that film though. Like, it has a very strong cult following. It seems like fun, silly, Midnight Madness kind of film. So kind of have to be in the right headspace for that. But I should watch it and just see what all the fuss is about. Certainly not expecting like a serious film. I wouldn't even want one out of that kind of, concept. But I just hyped it up because the first movie that ilk, I was legally allowed to see it in theaters. True. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, what was the first film you saw where it was like, oh, I probably shouldn't be watching this, I'm trying to think. Like a movie you saw as a kid and you realize like I'm in the wrong place. This will sound weird, but there was a couple scenes in The Matrix. I saw The Matrix when I was very young, and when I didn't see it in theaters, or my uncle showed us on the computer, and when I saw it, I remember there were a couple sequences that actually kind of freaked me out a little bit, because I was very young, and that scene where he gets his mouth glued, that freaks me out. Like, it actually really disturbed me. It managed to beat Fondue, so it did something right. In case anyone's curious, I have not seen Joker 2 and honestly have no interest. If it's too late to do a video about it, to jump on that trend, because lots of YouTubers talked about Joker 2, I've made my thoughts pretty clear on the toxicity of some of the reactions to the movie, and not so much people who didn't like it, but actually a lot of people who did like it liked it and were perfectly nice about it. But then there's other people who liked the film and were just like shitting on everyone who didn't like it, calling them stupid, or they didn't understand or didn't get it, and just being really, really rude and condescending, which I wasn't expecting out of a comic book film audience. So, yeah. Catching up on time. What's weird about Pulp Fiction is that I can agree it's an amazing movie, but for some reason I didn't click with it, and I have no idea why. Sometimes you just don't click with movies. Totally happens. It happened with me with a few films. I didn't really click with Citizen Kane. It's a gorgeous film, but like I just couldn't get emotionally invested in it. It's beautiful though. I'm saying not to gatekeep, but I cannot stand new age Terrifier fans. Like, please understand that Art the Clown is not a sex symbol. What? I'm sorry. Are people into Art the Clown? Ew. Good music never dies. I'm very hyped for Nosferatu. I am furious that's coming out on Christmas. I know it's probably in line with when the film is set, but I think it's a very stupid decision. They should have released it in October. I could have done a video on it in October. I know that's selfish, but if you make a horror film, don't release it in December. No one's gonna trudge through the snow to watch a horror film. I think it's, I don't know. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't think it's going to help its box office chances. And that's a good movie to see in a theater. I feel like it's going to be very atmospheric. So I think they're kind of cutting their legs out from underneath them by doing that. That being said, super hyped for it. My favorite Robert Eggers movie so far is The Witch. I still think that's his best. Although The Lighthouse was very good too. Ooh, 4 years old when you saw Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, that's a little... That bottle scene, that's a bit much for a 4-year-old. I regretted watching Kick-Ass when I was 10. Yeah, doesn't someone get set on fire in that movie? Oh, it's Deppy. He's got the dabs. I think my girl might have been very confused by hearing me singing. I have to sing it every time Depp comes into the room. Transmission. That's an amazing analogy. I love that. Can I use that? That's great. I wonder if another YouTuber has used that analogy, because that's like, How did it do, box office wise? I should look that up. Jamie, my mother let me watch the Nightmare on Elm Street remake and The Strangers at 4 years old. Jesus, like I thought I was hardcore because I saw Jaws when I was like 10. But that's, especially Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I don't think that remake's very good, but the concept for a child would be horrifying because kids are afraid to go to sleep a lot of the time, and that whole movie is about being afraid to go to sleep. Tarantino's and Rodriguez Grindhouse. Oh, Getty Squire, is that your pick? Like, is that your official, or is that your favorite Tarantino movie? Which one? Getty Squire, if you're still here, please, because yeah, please specify, because that can be your pick if you'd like. Thanks, Depp. That's nice to say. Christmas movies are some of my favorites. Well, I've been very intensely encouraged, I'll say, by someone to do some Christmas reviews in December. So I will be doing that. I was thinking about doing a video talking about kind of, not just like, I mean, what's the point doing a video and just talking about, oh, It's a Wonderful Life is good? Like, duh. I mean, more like picking some movies about Christmas that kind of went under the radar. And I think there's a few. So I want to do a video like that. They release in December since they'll do well in January dumping season internationally. Look at anyone but you as financial success. Are we talking about Nosferatu? I mean, I hope so. Like, I'm assuming there's a reason for it other than just setting, but I hope it works. It was just, I was very frustrated them releasing at that time. But that's very true though. January and February are like total dumping ground periods. So there's gonna be, Nosferatu's gonna have no competition, so maybe that's the goal. But still, I mean, come on. I used to love Pulp Fiction, but I feel like rewatching gets boring and dull. I mean, how much are you rewatching it? Like, I've seen Goodfellas probably 30 times, and I love it every time. Same with The Godfather. But yeah, there's other films where once I see it twice, I'm done. I have no interest to watch it again. Or even once. Transmission said it bombed. Big surprise. Very bad word of mouth. Very excited for the wheel spin. Yep, we're going to give it more time. I want to get as many people in here as possible into that wheel to make it fair. But yeah, then we'll spin it. Is Grindhouse not 2 movies? It Well, it's one movie in the sense where like it's one sitting, so it is one film. It is one film because they did release it theatrically as a single film. But then I think you can watch them separately as well. Like there's a Grindhouse DVD of Death Proof DVD that's extended, and that works as a full feature. So, bit of both. But I would count this as one film. That's my pick. My favorite Tarantino movies between Pulp Fiction and Inglourious Basterds. Yeah, Inglourious Basterds is a solid pick. My only problem with Inglourious Basterds is the French character and her dialogue with like the not the love interest, but the guy who likes her. Too much of that, in my opinion, and a bit too many of like the movie, like haha, I'm so smart movie references. There's like I felt like a lot of those scenes were kind of dragging on. But everything with the bastards and everything with that villain was just like fantastic. And Tarantino also made the movie look really good, especially toward the end. Some of the shots for the fire just look amazing. So, okay, yeah, Grindhouse, Getty Squire. Also, I really like your username. Yes, Deb, that's exactly what it is. You can suggest a movie and we'll add it to the wheel, and then I will do a video based on that wheel. The Lion in Winter. Why is that? What is that? That sounds so familiar. What is The Lion in Winter? I know this film. It's 2 films and a bunch of fake trailers. Yeah. I don't know. I would, if you could see Grindhouse in theaters in like one sitting, it's one ticket. I think that's one film. That's how I would count it, at least. Well, Jamie, I would, you know what, actually, I was surprised because I'm not gonna lie, I was starting to get worried about Tarantino because I didn't love Django, and I did not like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I felt like it was just jerking itself off for 3 hours. I really did. I know people love it. It looks great. Production design's gorgeous. But it didn't do much for me. I really just felt like it was aimless. So I was starting to worry about Tarantino, and then he came out with Hateful Eight, and Hateful Eight I really liked. So it was very much him back to form, and I was glad to see that because I was getting worried. I was. Alik, I'm so glad you mentioned that because I did a video a long time ago about food and how Tarantino films use food really well, food and drinks. Very potent scenes with food and drink in his filmography. And that strudel scene is so intense. And not only that, but it shows their relationship because she's very kind of like, he's dictating everything. He tells her to wait for the cream. He tells her she can start. So it's very much like a power dynamic. And he's eating so messily and he's so rude with how he's acting with his food. He puts the cigarette out on the food. Like, it's disgusting. But it's very much showing that he is in control. As polite as he sounds, he's establishing his dominance. And they did that just like with food. It's a great scene, honestly. I'm surprised Death Proof isn't up there. As my favorite, nah, Death Proof wasn't my favorite, actually. The dialogue between the girls kind of bugged me. But it's pretty cool. I like the concept. And I like Kurt Russell, obviously. I mean, he's the man. By that, the rain was saved. Okay, Jamie. The entire MCU. No. No, that doesn't work. The initial release of Grindhouse was a one-ticket experience in the theater, not some re-release or some special viewing in some year. Like, no, that doesn't count. I would still call Grindhouse a single. Well, I'm open to disagreement on that, but I would call Grindhouse a single film. I mean, unless we're really, like, if we really want to split it, then whoever suggested Grindhouse, which is Getty Squire, would have to pick either Death Proof or Planet Terror. I would probably call it one film, though. Depp, I have 2, so just pick one of them. No, you have to decide. I'm not gonna pick for you. Adam's Apples which is my favorite Danish comedy, or Makia, most emotionally impacting movie for mothers. You have to pick one. I'm not gonna pick it for you. Just choose one. Flip a coin. Yeah, that's psychotic, Jamie. Like, when Iron Man 2 showed up, did they all take a potty break? Was that the time? Did they adjust their sleep schedule around the bad MCU films? Because I don't care what anyone says, some MCU films are bad. Like, what was Thor: Love and Thunder like? How was that theater experience after watching 20 films leading up to it? Was that like, what's it like watching the franchise get progressively worse? Although you said it was 2011. Oh, since 2011. Oh God. Yeah, that's a cult at that point. I'm a huge film nerd, and I've done double features and midnight showings and things like that. But watching 20 films in a row is just psychotic. That's crazy to me. Also, still looking for ideas for this, although, give me a second. I did write down the ones that people suggested. Yeah. Whoops. These were all the suggestions I received. Yeah. I think my favorite was Rando Reviewos. I think it might have been a typo. It might not have been. Am I excited for Mickey 17? Yes, it looks bizarre, but it's Bong Joon-ho. Like, I'm gonna watch anything he does. I think he's a great filmmaker. Parasite's one of the best films I've seen in the past 10 years. It's fantastic. Adam's Apples. Okay, Depp. I mean, it's got Mads Mikkelsen. I mean, come on. It's Depp Strider. I like the Planet Terror movie more. It's over the top. That's what I was going for. Yeah. There are single films, albeit extended cuts. Ooh. You know, if how about this? If Getty Squire is still here, if we spin this wheel and it lands on Grindhouse, it feels great. Yeah, I've heard that. Getty, if we land on yours, we're gonna have to choose, okay? Unless you want to choose now. I'm getting a lot of back talk from chat saying that it's actually 2 movies. I don't know. I'm starting to be 50-50, and I was like 80-20. They're starting to convince me a little bit. Oh, Halika. I can't watch The Hunt because I just can't. It's too hardcore. As a guy, the concept of the movie The Hunt scares the shit out of me, and I know it's gonna be brilliant. I know Mads Mikkelsen's gonna be amazing in it, but I can't watch it because it's an emotional thing with me. Like it's gonna be 2 hours of me being pissed off and terrified, and I don't want that experience. Nope, it's 1 for me. Getty refuses. Well, we'll see. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It might not land on his, but if it does, we'll see if I count it as 1 or not. But yeah, Mads Mikkelsen's great. He was he played Hannibal Lecter in the TV show. He was the best part. It was perfect casting. Depp says, I watch my fans' movie picks, and here's what I think. Kind of long, but still might work. I'm gonna take this one out. Oops. Whatever. The only problem with The Hunt is that people automatically think it's a 2020 film. Yeah, exactly. Exact same names, completely different films. Yes, Mencha, I have seen Session 9. It's funny, every time, without fail, every time I do a horror video, I get several comments in chat saying, Session 9 was awesome. Have you seen Session 9? I'm not complaining. I just think it's interesting, like that it struck such a chord with people. I've seen more people suggest Session 9 than people talk about like Midsummer or The Witch or Gonjiam or Autopsy of Jane Doe or Don't Breathe or any of those. Like it really got to people. I did see Session 9. I didn't love it, but I thought parts of it were pretty cool. I like the main character. I love the fact it was shot in a real asylum, and you can tell just it has that aged griminess to it. I didn't think it was scary at all. I think it was my biggest problem, and I think the ending sucks. I think the ending gets really cheesy with the slow motion and all of that. But I did enjoy it, and I feel like I should watch it again. I think my initial assessment, I gave it like a 6. I should watch it again and see if I'll go higher, because I was engaged with the plot. I felt like the motivations were well set up. I love the use of the audio tapes. So I should give it another chance. I just didn't find it frightening, and I felt like the movie thought it was. So that was probably my main issue with it. But I should watch it again, because so many people have told me to watch it. Joey, I've only seen the first 30 minutes of Victoria. Again, like Holy Mountain, I don't know why I stopped. But I should watch it again, because I recently saw a French film that came out this year, French film from this year, called Mads, that had the same concept, where it was a no bullshit, all one-shot film with lots of movement and action and stuff like that. So I heard Victoria has the same thing, but it's longer. I think Victoria is something like 2 hours, and it's all one shot, which is incredible. So I should watch, like, actually finish that movie. I have one movie idea for you. Yep, the Star Wars prequels are still bad. They are. It's just it's a human nature, right? Like, and don't worry, I'm not gonna get into politics, but like when people who really hate Trump start thinking fondly on George W. Bush, because it's like that contrast, and so people so detested the Disney Star Wars films that they think better of the prequels. I'm like, at least they were consistent. I'm like, yeah, they were consistent, but like they were fucking bad. They're really bad. You know, I think the Disney films are better. They're not good, but they're better. The problem with the Disney ones is that they were very inconsistent. Prequels were consistent, but the acting was consistently horrible. You know. I know the 2021 was straight ass. Jamie, I don't think it was bad. I think the politics of that movie was bad. However, the intro's awesome, and the action scenes are great. The protagonist is very cool. She's kind of like a mix of like Sarah Connor from T2 and like a mental case, which she kind of was a mental case, but that kind of energy. I would watch The Hunt as an action film, but if you watch it as like a social commentary, it really falls apart. Wow, you guys are typing really fast. I can't catch up. Have you seen Let Me In? Eddie Tucker, yes, I have. It's pretty good. I don't know if I would say it's better than the original, though. I didn't like the use of special effects with like the monster attacks, but it was good. I thought the acting... I actually thought the pool scene was better than the original. Good music never dies. Watching my audience suggestions under duress. You know what, though? Under Duress is a good movie title. I wonder if that's been done. That's a solid movie title. It freaks me out because the audio tapes... Yeah, the audio tapes are probably the creepiest part. Kind of like what Sinister did. Transmission, yes, I have. The first one. I saw the first Ginger Snaps. Not too long ago, actually. Because I was doing a video about like the best horror characters, and so I watched Ginger Snaps, and I really liked... I think my favorite part was actually before the actual horror took place. My favorite was the beginning, because the two characters, they were so morbid, and it worked for me as a dark comedy because all these girls talked about was death. They were gothic to the extreme. Like every single line of dialogue had something to do with death, and I found it fascinating to watch. So yeah, I did like it. Alika, God no. I haven't seen it yet. Keen on it. Yes, Victoria's done that way, although I'm sure it cheats along the way, but as a study on loneliness, it's incredible. Yeah, I need to watch Victoria. I've heard the characters in Victoria are morons, but it's supposed to be really fun, and I should watch it. Watch mods though. Like, it's definitely, like, it's rough around the edges for sure. Like, you can tell it's one take because, like, there's lens flare. There, like, it's scrappy, but it's kind of what's fun about it. I would watch it. It's pretty cool. Green Street or Green Street Hooligans, to give it the American title, is one film I found to be really divisive. I think it's fine, but I heard good and bad. I liked Green Street Hooligans. I liked it. I'd probably get like a 7. I dug it. I didn't think it's great, but I thought it was pretty good. I don't think the plot is much to write home about, but it had a good energy. I like the fight scenes. The arc was very satisfying at the end. Yeah, I dug it. It's just like a scrappy kind of small film. Eddie says, "Sorry, talk to me." Are you changing your pick, Eddie? From what was your pick? 4 Rooms. Are you changing from 4 Rooms to Talk to Me? Let me know. Joey, I would suggest Victoria full watch, but if you aren't counting that for whatever reason, I'd suggest my guiltiest pleasure, Resurrection, 1999. Joey, why would Victoria not count as a film? Explain. I'm not really sure. I would count it as a movie. Yeah, because I'm gonna, like, that's the thing. Even if I've seen any of these picks, I'm gonna watch it again to review it. So I would definitely finish Victoria. But Resurrection 1999? I saw Resurrection 2022. 1999. Oh, but Joey, it was a long time ago, honestly. Like, I barely remember it. Resurrection, yeah, 1999. I've never heard of this. Rotten Tomatoes didn't like it. But they're not always right. With Christopher Lambert. And David Cronenberg has a cameo as a priest. Dude, you gotta suggest this one. Hunt suffers a lot from Lindelof's problems with writing. He creates a neat concept but can't figure out the satisfying ending. Yeah, Rory, the ending sucked. The fight scene in the kitchen, that was bad. Leftovers, Tomorrowland, Watchmen, yeah. Totally agree. Mensha, the opening scene in Midsommar is amazing. I know that's a contentious film, but I thought the opening was brilliant. Under Duress is not a movie that exists. That blows my mind. I feel like that's some kind of like crime courtroom film. Like it's begging to be made. If there's a lawyer out there, let's talk and make that screenplay because that's such a good name. I want to know if you had seen it. Oh, Talk to Me. Yes, I did. I like Talk to Me a lot. I had a couple flaws with the narrative, but I loved it. I think it was a really fun movie. I thought it was creepy as hell, and it was creative, which I really enjoyed. And for a first film, super polished. Although I know those guys, make, shorts and things like that, so they're somewhat experienced. I mean, not count this as a suggestion for your wheel, given you've seen. Can't believe you're gonna watch The Happening again. It's only if it lands on you, man, which I hope it doesn't. Oh man. I wonder how my penguin video did. Oh, for anyone curious, I just uploaded a video about the Penguin miniseries. I talked about the show, but I talked about every episode specifically. And kind of ranked them all and stuff like that. Ooh, this video is doing very badly. I guess I'm not really surprised. I think everyone's kind of done. The moment, like, the day a show ends, like, everyone moves on from it. Which is kind of sad sometimes, because, you know, shows tend to resonate. With me, at least. If it's good. You win some, you lose some. Let's see. You talked about movies you're able to rewatch and immediately thought about The Empty Man. That's right. That's another movie that people always go to with me. They always talk about Session 9. They always talk about The Empty Man. Like, people love The Empty Man. I thought it was fine, but I should watch it again. That's another, like, rewatch. Resurrection for the Wheel? Okay, man. Fleabag. Only watch it. I don't get it. Why is a posh Londoner saying dirty comments and breaking the fourth wall so amazing? Never saw Fleabag. I'm very picky with my shows because if it's good, I'm gonna really dive in and watch it and get like emotionally involved. And it's a lot of time. You know, if a movie sucks and it's like an hour and a half, I didn't like. Yeah, it's 90 minutes of my life gone, which sucks, but whatever. But a show, I feel like can be more of a time waster, especially if it kind of just dicks you around and does the show like Lost, where it just kind of, you know, shows something crazy and then dangles answers over your head for 4 seasons, and it can feel a little unjustified, like it's just teasing you in an annoying way. So I'm picky with my shows. I really like miniseries for that exact reason. Penguin is great, but when people say it's good as Sopranos, yet Getty, it's so funny you mention that because I actually said that exact thing in my video, because there's a moment in Penguin where they did something kind of. There's a death scene that's very anticlimactic, which is something you would normally see in The Sopranos. And I remember thinking, and I said it in my video, is this trying to be Sopranos right now? Because I gotta say, you guys are not the same. Sopranos is much better than The Penguin. And they're also just going for different things. They're such different shows. What are your thoughts on Hollow Man? I liked Hollow Man. I actually talked about it in the video. I thought it was underrated. Not good, but underrated. It's not a great film, but I think as like a sleazy kind of midnight rental, I think it really works. And the special effects were ahead of its time, actually. White Lotus is the only show I regularly follow. Haven't seen it. Yeah, Game of Thrones. You see, I stopped watching Game of Thrones right after season 4 because everyone told me this starts to get a little bad. Like season 6 starts to kind of falter. Season 5 even. Season 7 was crap. Season 8 was horrifying. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna call it here. That's what I did. So only saw the first 4 seasons. Joey Fantana. Okay, that's it. Oop. Fantanada. Oh, you have a good feeling of Gladiator 2? No, I don't. I don't want to see it. I think it's a pointless sequel. The trailer looked nice. The music was horrible. But first of all, Denzel does not belong in an ancient Rome movie. I'm sorry. He's too American. His voice, his look, everything about him. Which is funny because it didn't bother me in like that Shakespeare film he was in. Maybe because it was black and white. Maybe because the language really kind of forced him to kind of, I don't know, like it changed the way he spoke. It forced that. But in this kind of film, it just looks like Denzel sitting in like a costume. I don't know. And I love Denzel so much. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm not excited for it. And it just, you're not going to top that first one. So why even bother? Same thing with the Crow remake. What are you doing? Why is Hollywood so lazy? Is it because they know they'll get away with it? Because nostalgia bait will get butts in the seats? That's my guess. It's just a lack of effort. There's so many great original stories out there. You know, so many screenplays just floating around begging for a director to take a chance. And instead we're making Gladiator 2 20 years after the first one was made. It's pointless to me. I don't know. It might be fine, but I don't want to go to a theater for a movie that's fine. I don't. My thoughts. I'm not gonna tell anyone else not to see it, but don't want to see it. Have you seen Victor Victoria? Yes, I have. I liked it. I have seen it. Didn't like some of the songs. I'll say that. Not a fan, even though obviously the singing is great. You know, it's Julie Andrews, but I thought the concept was wonderful and pretty daring for the time when you think about it. I did like that film. I think I saw that this year, actually. Well, Jamie, I would advise watching Game of Thrones, but stopping after season 4. No, bro, it gets good in season 14. Yeah, every single... This is what I've heard from so many people who tell me to watch certain shows. They're like, look, there's 10 seasons, but it moves so fast. I'm like, no, stop. Stop right there. I'm not trudging through. Someone told me that, I think it was my cousin, told me about, what was it? That Western show that's really big. Oh, Jesus, with Kevin Costner. Yellowstone. They're like, hey, season 1's kind of dumb, but season 2 gets a lot better. I'm like, okay, so I'm not gonna watch it then. I'm not gonna sink 20 hours into a show because season 2's good. Nah. You gotta start strong with a show. Definitely check out the video when I get home from work. What shows did you like? Twin Peaks movie. I did like the Twin Peaks movie. Do you mean the Fire Walk with Me? I did like that. Very disturbing. And I like the Twin Peaks show a lot. There's nothing else like it. I love it for its originality. The baby looks like an AirPod. Oh, you're lucky. I don't think Depp is still here. He might take offense to that. That's like his favorite film. Yeah, Maddie Man, I think your fear of failure, I think, is the right phrase. I think you kind of nailed it. And it's fear of failure. It's true, it's a money thing. You know, corporations are only getting greedier and greedier every year. I mean, look at how much things cost these days. You think they're going to take a chance on some weird film? Some of them do. I mean, the fact that Everything Everywhere All at Once even came out is crazy. That movie's bonkers. But I don't know. I feel like our films can get even weirder. That's why I've been forced in a lot of ways to find, you know, to look at stuff that's coming out from Cannes, from the indie stuff, the foreign films. Like, I have to get around Hollywood some of the time because they're just not producing like they used to. They're not. They're like, look at Disney. It's nothing but sequels and remakes. It's just, I can't with them. But don't get me started on Disney. Fucking hell. Fun question. What's one movie your parents swear is one of the best films ever, but when you watch it, it's really not all that? In my case, it'd be Law Abiding Citizen. That was not the film I was expecting parents to recommend their kids. Yeah. Time out of PLV for Razorhead slander. Depp. Maddie Man, by the way, did you recommend a film? I don't think you did. If there's a film you want me to review in a video, add it to the wheel. What's a movie my parents love that I don't? Oh, this happened recently, actually. So my dad and mom loved the MASH movie. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. The show MASH was a huge hit. It was about surgeons in Vietnam, or no, I think it was Korea, and the show was very successful. The last episode was like the most viewed TV episode of all time, at least up to that point. And they told me the MASH movie was amazing, so we put it on, and the surgery scenes feel very realistic. It starts out very well. There's one scene during a football game that's very funny. But as we're watching it, it was just bad. Like, the MASH movie was just so... And this stuff usually doesn't... Like, I'm not really sensitive about this kind of thing, but the movie was really misogynistic. And it's one of the most, like, female-hating movies I think I've ever seen. And it's framed as just guys having fun. And I know it's an older film, it's a time capsule, we shouldn't attribute our social values to the past. Like, that's just a no-win kind of situation. But even with that context, like, it was just kind of gross to watch. It was just not funny either. Like, it was just cruel shit by these two idiots, and we're supposed to love them like they're rebels, and I didn't love them at all. I wanted them to get hit by a car. So, and it was funny because as we're watching, even my mom and dad started to realize, they're like, oh, ugh, like, this did not age well. This is bad. So I would say that. But my parents also realized the movie's faults as we were watching because they hadn't seen it in like 40 years. So, yeah. Oh, George. Okay, so first... Yeah, very true, Getty. Although I do have fond memories of going to Blockbuster. But yeah, it's very much easier now. And in some ways, it's actually a good thing, right? Because, well, in many ways, it's a good thing because smaller indie films can gain kind of a word of mouth promotion and do much better than they normally would. You could promote stuff online now through social media, through videos, recommendations, and things like that. It's a whole new type of marketing. So, someone... Maddyman, okay. Madman recommended LA Confidential, and then George, you change yours. Oh, thank God. Okay, so no more of that happening. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, which, George, curious of your thoughts on this. I think Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of the top 10 best opening credits ever. What are your thoughts? I think it's top 10. I was actually thinking about doing a video on best opening credits. The thing will get copyrighted to oblivion, but I think it'll be a fun video to make. And yeah, there's some good ones out there. There's some real good ones. And Scott Pilgrim is one of my favorites. Agreed, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Transmission was very meandering. It was just like goofy, uncomfortable scene and then like very serious surgeon scene. It would just kind of go back and forth, and that can work in an episode, but for 2 hours it's just so meandering. Altman hates the TV show. Well, the movie felt hateful. It did. I wasn't into Harry Potter ever. That's fair. I think the movies are good. I have mixed feelings on some of them. The Harry Potter films, I think Goblet of Fire is kind of a miss. Chamber of Secrets sucks, but everyone knows that. But Prisoner of Azkaban is good visually. Harry's acting is still pretty bad, let's be fair. But I did love some of the later ones. I loved 6, I loved 7 Part 1, 7 Part 2. So, yeah. Mixed feelings. I'll say this about the Harry Potter films. They really nailed it when it came to like production design. They did. I mean, the sets look beautiful. They really recreated a lot of them in a way that felt like a real place. Diagon Alley, the model of the castle looked amazing. All the creatures looked great. Yeah, so overall, I like the series. But, you know, magic, wizards, and stuff, it's not always going to be for everyone. It looks like we got a pretty good wheel here. I think at like the hour-and-a-half mark. Whoops. I'll spin the wheel. So maybe like 20 minutes, I'll spin the wheel. I will do it on my own depth because we're talking about movies, not series. I will watch it. It was I'm not gonna lie, man, it was kind of a hard watch. The show was very obscure and a bit hard to understand. But I will give it a chance. Arcane's final season? Yeah, I have not seen Arcane yet because I was supposed to see with a friend of mine in Denmark, but we had so much other stuff going on that we just didn't have time. So I need to actually sit down and watch Arcane because pretty much everyone told me it's good. Oh, yeah, so I'm going to take... Because these people already have their slots guaranteed. So there's no point having them on the wheel. I have them written down, right? Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Um, After watching Dune Part 2, I leaned to my wife and said, "Babe, I don't like Star Wars anymore." That's really funny. Alika Kelly said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed Jamie's." Rory, dude, I love The Half-Blood Prince. I think it's my favorite Harry Potter film, but every time it came to the romance, it just like everything just plummeted. Like the writing, the acting, the staging. I was watching like just blown away, thinking, "Oh my god, what are you doing? Who wrote this?" It's like M. Night Shyamalan wrote a rom-com in the middle of that movie. The scene with the shoelaces, the scene with the biscuits or whatever they're eating. What was going on? That entire series like botched all the romantic plot lines, and it's so strange to me. Like the difference in quality. It's like the VIP section from Squid Game. It's that kind of disparity. Ugh. Have I ever considered doing a ranking of Edgar Wright's films? No, because he's only done like 4. I feel like that's not enough. 5, right? The Cornetto trilogy, Scott Pilgrim, and Last Night in Soho. Has he done any others? I know he's written other stuff, but I don't know. I feel like in order to do like a ranking of something, you gotta get at least like 8 in there. You forgot. Oh, right, Baby Driver. You're right. I wasn't very fond of Baby Driver, I won't lie. I saw him in theaters. Great opening. Great stunts. The music, the editing with the music is mind-blowing. The plot's bad, and the main character's an asshole. I hated him. I hated him so much. Fucking hated Baby. He's such a dick. Just, you know what he is? He's like, if you could turn a shit-eating grin into a person, it would be that character. I really didn't like him. I also thought Jamie Foxx was miscast. I don't know, the ending was really bad. I don't know if you guys remember that sequence where it's just people, close-ups of people in cars shooting at each other. That sequence was like student film stuff. Maybe they ran out of money. I don't know what happened there. So I really did have a lot of problems with Baby Driver, but I thought the concept of having the whole movie sync up to music was honestly kind of unparalleled. And I love that concept. It should have won Best Editing. It's just such a shame because I was so impressed with it. I think more ruined it than Spacey. Ty. But yeah, I mean, he was okay. It's just too many flaws narratively for me to really fully enjoy it. Especially in the last third. Have you ever been spammed through social media, friends or coworkers, to watch a movie show until you had enough and said, "That's it, now I'll never watch it"? No, I don't think so. I've been aggressively told by people like Depp here to watch certain things, but it's okay. It's all in good fun. I wouldn't say I've ever been spammed to watch something. I mean, have I received spam on my channel? Sure, I've received a little, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been like, no, Depp, it's fine, really. I don't think someone has pushed something so hard that made me not want to watch it. I don't think that's happened to me yet, but hey, you know, there's still time. Have you seen the miniseries Heavy Water War? No, I saw Dark Water. Heavy Water, no. What's it about, Arthur? Also, Arthur, hi. If you have a movie that you want me to review, please add it to the wheel. That's what we're doing today. Depp, honestly, it's a very good point. Very fair. Yeah, he's done 6 movies, 7 if you count the feature-length home movie he made in 1995. Right. I mean, I guess that's enough to rank. But honestly, like, it's just going to be between Hot Fuzz and Scott Pilgrim. Like, I think those are his best, like, with no question. And like, then, like, toward the bottom, you got, like, Baby Driver and Soho. I do like him, though, a lot. He's a good director. But Arthur, yeah, tell me a movie you wanted me to review, and tell me about that show. Is it about 19th century sailing? I'm really into that. Like the show The Terror. Awesome show. Big recommend to you guys, by the way. Watch The Terror. Not season 2. they're isolated seasons. So season 1 is like a mini series. Very good, creepy, ominous, accurate, really cool. Almodovar ranking. Ooh, I would have to see them all. There's a few I've missed, but that'd be very interesting. Would that video do well? Probably not. I don't think anyone's gonna click on that. But he is a very interesting director. Very stylish. No compunction when it comes to like holding anything back or you know, kind of tiptoeing around certain subject matter. You know, his films are very focused on gender, sexuality, and they can be very emotional, and they can be also like very disturbing. It's hard to really like put his movies into words. Wow, Jamie, that is controversial. That one's my favorite. Thoughts on Andor? Haven't seen it. You know, I haven't seen it because I'm kind of done. I'm kind of done with the superhero shit. I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with the Disney remakes. Like, I'm done. I heard Andor's good. I know people really liked The Mandalorian to a point, but I don't want to see another lightsaber again. Like, I'm checked out. I am. I'm so checked out. Yeah, I'm sure it's good too. Like, that's what's unfortunate. It's like, will I enjoy Andor? I might enjoy it. Who knows? I mean, I hope I don't have, you know, I hope I don't come across like I need to watch. The only things I'll watch are like very serious black and white films or some shit. Like, I like crazy, goofy, violent content. But what I don't like is bland content. That's my enemy. And Star Wars has become so bland and oversaturated that I'm sick of it. And they have no one to blame but themselves for that, because they just overloaded us with so much content. But again, I hear it's good. So someday, if I really like need a show to watch, maybe I'll pick Andor. But I kind of want to watch Arcane first, because I really do hear it's great. Did someone suggest a movie, by the way, that... Yeah, Maddie, man, the exact same thing happened to me with Baby Driver. You know, also the opening credits were so good. I felt like it created this high, and it couldn't reach it. It couldn't. Hey, Days. Favorite Tarantino film? Pulp or Jackie Brown? Yeah, my girl likes Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown's a really good hangout film. It's just cool people hanging out, cocktails, beach vibe. You know, it's chill. You like watching it alone? Yeah. Way to bring down the vibe. When the stream's over, I was thinking of watching Battle Royale. Oh, it's so good. Should I eat snacks or not for that movie? I don't think it's so gory it's gonna make you nauseous. Eat snacks. It's fun. You can bring him over. Who wants to see my dog and see how big he is? Alika, I have seen Double Indemnity. I really liked it. Cowboy. Cowboy. Oh, we're gonna tempt him with. Oh, this is ice cold. Cowboy. Cowboy, come here. Up. Oh, there you go. There you go. Ah. Hopefully someone saw him. Yeah, buddy. My dog is enormous. How's it going, Boo? You want to say hi? Camera's here. Put your head in. Put your hand in. Oh, we're getting some hair. Okay, that's her hair cameo. Sweet. Jamie, I had to watch Double Indemnity for my film studies class. It is great. Wait, is that the film where he ends every sentence with the word baby? Is that the film? Or am I thinking of a different, like, noir film? I really liked it, though. I like Double Indemnity a lot. Yep, that's it. Yep. Your place allows horses? Someone in the chat was like, your place allows horses? What kind of movie suggestions are you looking for? Arthur, anything. anything that you want to see reviewed. So it could be something you love, something you hate, something you feel like doesn't get enough attention. It is your call. It doesn't matter what age, genre. For now, where it's out in the open. If this series hopefully gets enough viewership, and maybe I need to condense it, we can do it by genre or time period. But for now, it's open range. I have to work tonight, so I'll check in later, see what was picked. Okay, Eddie. If yours gets picked, I will definitely let you know. You're in my Discord, right? That would probably be the best way to get notified. But I'll also put it on... Will I do it in my YouTube community? Might be kind of like a spoiler. Guess it doesn't matter. I'll announce it on Discord, so check out the Discord. Also, Deb, no, I just saw your old comment. I did not recognize the intro song to that show, but I haven't seen it in a while, so I couldn't really say. What do you think the film industry would be like in 10 years' time? Very different. I mean, I think theaters are just going to die out completely unless there's, again, like some kind of massive event to really rejuvenate it, like the Barbenheimer thing. I think theaters will be dead or die, like close to death. I think everything will be more stream content. My fear is that the popularity of things like TikTok and shorts in general are going to shift movies to become more like bite-size kind of segments that are clumped together. However, our films are also getting longer. So it's weird, right? Like a lot of popular films do feel like they've been TikTokified. Like it's just short scenes in quick succession and there's breakneck speed. But then you have films like Oppenheimer and Scorsese films and other films like that are long and they're slow. So it's not like we can't handle or even want that content. So it's hard to say. My hope is that I don't see that happen, where films just are edited in the way to serve as shorts. That's my fear, but that is hopefully not what's going to happen. We're definitely going to get a lot of remakes, but I'm also hoping that the public gets so sick of the lack of originality that we start propping up better filmmakers and we prove that they're successful. Getty Squire, that is my hope, honestly. I do hope that people get so sick of the Disney shit and the remakes and just like the lack of good content, because a lot of these films coming out are just bad. Madam Web, the Borderlands film, it'll be like a new style of film, a new wave of young, cool directors, you know, and enough of like over politicizing and gender politics and other shit in films that don't necessarily need it. People are tired of being lectured at. And my hope is that, yes, it will birth a new generation of films. I want the 90s again, in the sense of like different kind of movies, some stuff that are gritty and indie and experimental. That's what I want to see. Your Name, Manning. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to do a little rant there, but you know. I have not seen that, Depp. I'll just tell you right now, after watching the first episode, I went to the show every... Yeah. Dude, The Stranger was dope, Depp. I'm so glad you liked The Stranger. It's a movie on Netflix, by the way, guys, and it's very good. I'd love to be able to hear this discussion, but I share a room with an idiot who just needs to shout down the microphone playing Fortnite. Oh, Jamie, I'm sorry. I used to have a roommate that would loudly play video games and chat with his girlfriend on Skype or whatever till 3 in the morning, and it drove me fucking crazy. Hated it. Alika, great to have you here. Thank you for hoping it's not Fred. But I will update everything in Discord. Let me, real quick. So a couple links coming at you guys. So the results will be posted here. This is my Discord. Come by, hang out with people. And then this is my Patreon. So that's where $5 a month, and you get rewards like behind the scenes stuff, your name in the end credits, and you get an automatic pick when I do these kind of videos. Anywho, oh, he's your brother. That's worse. You can't suplex him through his desk. I just so vividly pictured someone just walking up to someone playing Fortnite and just like just smashing them through a desk. Yeah, George, there'll never be a pause in the entertainment industry. There's too much money to be made. It's true, Maddie. Now it's Sing the Blues. Milk and cereal, like, and that would only exist because we have the internet. So, like, there's benefits to kind of the mass information that goes around, because a small film like that can gain a decent audience. It's just unfortunate that it's unfortunate it's also led to just so much misinformation and also just studios being able to just spam us from every corner with a new film that's usually shit. So, yeah, can't wait for the Clear Critique Patreon leak. What do you mean leak? It's right there. What do you mean leak? Depp, explain yourself. It's not leaked. It's there. It's open. I've announced it. Like, check out the Patreon. Anyway. Your Name is a fun movie and somewhat overdramatic. Oh, yeah, no shit. I'm sorry. But, boy, is that movie overdramatic. It's yikes. It's kind of like my issue with Your Name, because I think Your Name has some really cool ideas. My issue with Your Name is that it does something that Marvel does, which is like it feels it necessary to ramp things up to such a ludicrous degree. I'm like, this could have just been a little smaller. Like, did it really have to be world ending? Did it really have to go to this extent? Because the movie didn't start that way, and I feel like it was better when it was more small scale and intimate. But it had to do it, right? Like, I was expecting them to fight a giant robot at the end. It got kind of out of hand, in my opinion. Oh, dear. All right, 2 minutes, by the way, until we spin the wheel. I should put a timer. Too late, but I should do that. Anyway, just curious, which of these titles looks the best? Timey. Oh, I missed Timey's thing. A24 is trying. I know. I mean, A24 is fucking good, man. Even if I don't love every single film of theirs, they're trying. Like, you can expect something interesting at least to come from them, which is what I want. I just realized this is cutting out most of it. I need a different background. Give me 1 second. Random reviews, right? Isn't that funny? I'm not gonna use it. It's just too silly, but it made me laugh. Oh, I didn't know this is a video background. That'll work. Boop. Ah, that's better. Sorry for all the formatting. That'll work. I only recommended mine because it's good clickbait. I mean, if it has to be clickbait, it's fine. Like, it's gonna be hard to market us towards like the populace. You know, like, who's this YouTuber and who like these random fucking movies he's talking about? Arthur said, Yeah, Maddie Man, I hope so too. I don't think they're at a risk right now of doing that, but like they definitely have like their kind of, what do you call it? Like they have their star director, which is Robert Eggers. I would say like he's kind of like their celebrity, if you could really say, or him and like maybe Alex Garland. But I don't think we're gonna run into that issue yet. I think it'll take some time. The thing is, a lot of A24 is horror, and mainstream media and like Hollywood and the Oscars have still not embraced horror, and it's still not the most profitable genre. So, like, until that, I mean, the only real profitable ones, I guess Blumhouse is pretty profitable, but their stuff is very cheaply made. And again, like, it's not something that gets like massive recognition for the most part. So yeah, I think it will take a while before A24 sells out. Flicking through your favorites. There's something about flicking that just sounds so inappropriate. Burn After Reading is one Coen Brothers movies that doesn't get enough attention, in my opinion. Would you like to add it to the list? You still don't have one. You have... Oh, we're over time. Arthur, we're going to spin the wheel, so you gotta add a film. I'll give you like a minute. Not Singing the Blues, that's funny. Yeah, Ty West. Almost forgot about Ty West. Those are big too. Put that one down? Okay. Alright, we're gonna start spinning. And there's no best 2 out of 3. We're going hardcore. Come on. God, no. Alright. Is everyone's good? If you want to change yours or you did not throw one in, you gotta do it now. And now's the time. I'll make sure everyone's is here. Hold on. Wait, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Let me just move my okay. Just so people can kind of read theirs. Is everything here? Everyone good? Okay. Back over. All right. Here we. I'm scared. Here's a question though. Before I spin it, not trying to be a tease or anything. Do you think 5 is good or 6? I feel like 5 is a nice round number, and I do want to spend like some time reviewing each film. I don't want to just kind of like blast through it, but I feel like 5 is good. 5? Yeah. Now remember, 2 of these are already done. So if you guys remember, 2 slots are taken by Patreon members. So now, if I start to get more Patreon members, then they won't get like a full slot. They'll get like more votes. Like we'll figure something out. But since I only have 2 at the moment, they're gonna get their own slots. So all of these are gonna fight for three slots. So there's what? Wait, hold on. That's all you need to do? What? Pay $5 a month? Yeah, you would get a slot. But don't. You're gonna join now? Damn, come on, don't do that. I mean, do it, but please, like, I would love any support on the Patreon. But I think Depp is about to join my Patreon. He's gonna throw $5 just to get a slot. You fucking dirty dog. Daisy, you know what a friend of mine's doing? He's like, wait, all I need to do to get an instant slot is to go on Patreon. So he's gonna, I think he's gonna throw $5 just so he gets one of the slots. Okay, that would be a little dirty. I mean, please do it. Regardless, I like I said, I love all the Patreon support. That's funny as shit, though. I could hear the gears grinding in your head. But Depp, you know, please don't, like, please join the Patreon. Like, everyone here, if you really want to support the channel and support me, join the Patreon. There's more benefits than just being on this wheel. There's other stuff too. It really helps me with my channel. Anyway, that's all there. But Depp, I will watch the show. I am gonna start watching it. I should start watching it this week, actually. Here we go. No! Oh, thank God. Jesus. That was too close. I'm sorry? Because everyone suggested movies, and so I'm only going to review 5. So I put everyone's on a wheel, and then the ones that get picked by the wheel are where they're going to be in the video.
Oh, so fun.
And oh my god, that was too close. Some shitty movie called Fred the Movie nearly got picked. Fred, yeah, it's like some cringy YouTuber. Oh my god, that was terrifying. I'm gonna have to make a clip of that. Jesus Christ, that was too close. Okay, so Scott Pilgrim. And that was by, was that George? Hey George, that was the one you changed. You changed that one to Scott Pilgrim and it made the list. What's his fucking name? Also, if anyone has, congratulations, George. If anyone does not want their names in the video, let me know, because I'm probably going to say like, oh, this person suggested whatever. So yeah, please let me know. Eliminated? No. Why would they get eliminated? No, you changed yours. It wasn't eliminated. Okay, so yeah, you originally put The Happening, and then you said, I'm going to change it to Scott Pilgrim, and Scott Pilgrim got picked. Boop. All right, 2 more left. Here we go. God damn it. That was very scary. Who put Fred the Movie? Jamie. So close. Here we go. LA Confidential. Look at that. Matty Man Dodge. Is it Dodge or Doge? Dodge. Nice. All right. One more. And no offense to the pick so far, but I'm kind of hoping the last one's like something kind of weird. Because a lot of the ones we have so far are like, you know, probably critically acclaimed, kind of popular films. I kind of want something bizarre. Just not Fred, for God's sake. Please no. If we don't get something kind of crazy, I'll consider putting 6 films. But I think 5 really is a nice round number. Okay, are we all good? Last one. Ooh. Oh, very close to Mandy. In My Skin by Ezekiel. I don't know if Ezekiel's still here, but congratulations if you are. Okay. You know what, though? I'm going to spin one more time as a maybe. Just in case, not sold on this, but just in case I decide to do 6, I'm going to spin it one more time. Okay? But don't count on this being in the video, but this is just kind of a maybe. I do agree with people. I think 5 is best. Don't do Fred. Why? No. Oh, congratulations. Fucking old. Fuck the maybe, right? Who was this? Which monster put this? Good Music Never Dies. This movie sucks so bad. Ugh. Yeah, probably not gonna do that maybe then. That movie's so terrible. Ugh. No. Okay. Hold on. Are we getting a correction of some kind? What's this? Where have you seen this movie? Yeah, hold on. Where's In My Skin? Let's look this up. Hey, Sakuna, how's it going? In My Skin is a 2002 new French extremity horror film starring Marina Devon, who engages in increasingly destructive acts of self-mutilation following an accident that injures her leg at a party. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Why you make me watch this? Whew. Well then. Guess people just want me to toy. I don't know what's worse, that or fret the movie. Sakuna, your recommendations are dope, but I need more now. Well, I got lots of videos. Have you seen them all? I got lots of horror recommendations. I got top 10 lists from last year. I just uploaded a video this morning about the Penguin miniseries. It's a very good series. I talk about every episode without real spoilers, I would say. It's like minor spoilers. So you can check that out. But as far as Fred is in my skin, Maddie. But thanks for letting me know that you really like my recommendations. If you want to hear more, all the horror recommendations mostly, I'm into supernaturals. Are you into the shift key or the caps lock? It just sounds like you're shouting at me. But okay, that's cool. I mean, you're at the right place. You should check out my Discord. My link is above. And yeah, lots of chatting about horror stuff in general. But my actually scary series and my actually good series has a lot of horror recommendations. So you should check out those playlists. Because one playlist has like 9, and I think that one has 6. So that's a combined a lot of movies. But I don't know. Anyone in chat, you got some supernatural horror movies to recommend? I mean, God, there's so many. Talk to Me is good. The Witch is great. Let's see. Supernatural horror. Ganji Haunted Asylum is terrifying. Supernatural horror movies that are really good. Kind of blanking a little bit. I wanted you to watch Ab's Apples so badly. By far the funniest movie I've seen. I mean, I can always add it to my watch list. Been a couple weeks to complete all of them. Well, that's awesome. I've heard from a couple people like they kind of binged my horror playlist, which is really cool, actually. Like, it's very flattering for your content to be bingeable. Shall return next month to recommend Fred once more. Jamie, why? Such a dick. I mean, funny though. Very funny. Like, a sick part of me kind of wanted to land on Fred just for the content, you know? But I was scared. Like, I really, really did not want to watch that. Thanks, Sakuna. That means a lot. Real quick, because I'm going to call the stream soon. But, shit, where is it? Just add one more time. That is my Discord. That's where I'll announce these movie picks and details, other stuff about upcoming videos. I've changed my... Yeah, Jamie, I can tell. Thanks. Cure. Yeah, Cure is a good horror one. That's kind of like a horror/crime thriller, I would say. But very good. Best hypnosis on screen. Sakuna, I would recommend Cure. Slow movie, though. Definitely. Don't expect jump scares and things like that. But it's beautifully shot. Really good film. Very creepy. All right, so we have our top. I'm just going to go ahead and take that out. Whew. Yeah. Spin again just for fun? Yeah, okay, why not? This is not going to go in the video, but whatever. We'll spin it. Spinning's fun, right? Twin Falls, Idaho would have been the next one. Oh, no. Holy Mountain. There it is. So, are there any films on the wheel you wanted to get chosen? I'm not going to lie. I'm not looking forward to watching someone cut themselves for 2 hours. But I actually kind of wanted... A part of me wanted Resurrection 1999 because I'd never heard of it. And it looked interesting, but Rotten Tomatoes hated it. So I was interested to see that. And if there was another one, maybe... Honestly, maybe The Holy Mountain. Just because, again, it's another one I heard about. A big reputation. Jodorowsky's a very interesting filmmaker. So, yeah. It's known as like probably his best film, so I wanted to check it out. I'd seen part of it. I always wanted to finish it, so it was kind of... I wanted it, but hey, I can't cheat the wheel. The gods have spoken. So it's going to be whatever film Misty recommends. If they do not recommend something in time, I guess it has to go to old. You know what, though? Hold on. Whoever recommended old, you're back on. I'm going to do something. Is there any other ones I deleted? I forget who said old. Who was it? Shit. I can't remember who it was. Someone said old. Anyway, okay. We're going to do one last spin. And it's... Oh, it was the... Yeah. Music something. If my Patreon does not provide a film in like a week or so, this will be the replacement. We do this once a month. That's the goal. Once a month. All right, ready? Again, this is only if someone else like drops out, essentially. Burn after reading. There we go. Okay. Backup movie. Burn after reading. Was that Arthur? Yeah. Oops. Jamie, that's a no for me, dog. No, absolutely not. That sounds horrible. I think we need a few more backups. No, I don't think we need any more backups. I mean, everyone was pretty solid with their choice. George seemed confused by Scott Pilgrim making it. So, George, if you're still here, can you follow up on that? I don't know what the confusion was. Executive decision. Then I'm subbing to the Patreon. Depp, you can sub whenever you want. Why don't you just sub to the Patreon now? Oh, back up. Okay, so these are the ones. Whatever Misty chooses: Before Sunrise, Scott Pilgrim, LA Confidential, and In My Skin. I'm scared. Very scared. Ezekiel, how do I even find this film? Because if I can't find it, I can't review it. I'll sub a Vicious Dust. This was great. I'll see you all soon. If you get a Patreon, sub as soon as I'm employed. Hey, good luck with that. Really, I know it's tough out there. All right, but I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for chatting, for name suggestions, for throwing out some really funny movies out there. No, Grindless. Sorry, Getty. The wheel has spoken. But like I said, I am probably going to do this every month. I thought the wheel was process of elimination. No. It's choosing. Yeah. This was way more fun than gambling. Yeah, no, George, yours is on there. Do you want me to remove it or what? No, but yours got picked, dude. And like that's what's really funny is the movie you picked was like you changed your answer and it was one of the ones that got picked. So I guess there was equal likelihood that the original choice you had would have been picked as well. I have a link. Okay. Send it in Discord. You know, as long as it's like legit. It's not like a virus. Cool. Well, I'm going to call it here, but thanks so much. This was a lot of fun. I hope it was fun for you guys as well. I will try to do this every single month. I will see kind of which one of these ideas work the best. Marketing this thing to get it some views is going to be tricky, but not impossible. So we'll see how that goes. Patreon link, Discord link, Letterboxd, all the links are up there on my channel if you want to see more of my stuff, if you want to chat. And yeah, I'll update you guys on the process of this video. Probably will be the next one I do. We'll see. I'm also working on a video essay. But since my horror videos are dipping right now, because we're past horror season, I may wait till next year to do that video. We'll see. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. I'll update on the next stream, probably next weekend as well. But if there's a mid-week stream, yeah, I'll update. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And yeah, thanks for coming by. This was a lot of fun. See ya.